think fame
as
is
an artist and a comedian.
overrated. Success is incredibly almost like you finding what your purpose is. Success is definable by what you would define it as. And I think, I don't know. I don't think I care about being famous, but I do believe that it is a result of where I would like to go.
Welcome to an episode of Deep Thoughts. In today's episode, we have the pleasure to speak with TonyDark. Tony is a comedian, open mic host, and host of Tea Time with Tony. You can find him doing shows all over South Florida. Enjoy the episode. I can see that though. It's probably, I mean, it's probably hard to be alone on a day like that, especially if all you see is people in love and like.
Said it's hard, man. That was the easiest day of my life.
No, I'm saying for people. For some people, I say for some people it might be hard, like because you feel alone, and that's reinforced by looking online or in the store.
Yeah.
Comparing yourself.
There's love everywhere, and you're like,
it's the
where's
whole,
the love for me? You know,
where is the love for me? I don't know, man. It's so like, you know, like I don't know if you've seen those crazy ass statistics where a lot of men, this is the time zone where they off themselves, unfortunately.
Oh damn,
fucked up, right? Yeah.
what,
See,
like this around this time of year.
Yeah, just cause, you know,
Damn.
shit's rough, bro. You
oh yeah, nah, I get it. I get it.
You like, you know, like say,
Damn.
for example, you got like a married dude, you know what I'm saying? Now he's divorced. He's out of the house. He's in like his 1-bedroom apartment, Olo Dolo. He's watching his shawty with his kids, and she got a new boo thing, and now they doing their Valentine's Day shit. That shit, it seems.
Yeah.
So I hate saying this word, compartmentalize. I can compartmentalize that shit, you know. So I'm pretty good with all right, whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's over there, I'm over here. That's over there. There's some shit over here too. Whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But some people, they have a hard time separating.
Okay.
So all of those things are overbearing. And I don't know, man. It just sucks because a lot of guys have a hard time dealing with that. That's why I wanted to sincerely ask you guys about that, just because I've been single for a very long time, but like I've had, I don't know, it's a new world we live in, right? Like I've been in situationships on and off for, I don't even know, like that's like 4 years, bro. It's a weird place to be in, but it happens to be a place that a lot of people exist in.
True. So I've got a question for you. Do you ever plan on going back to the scene of dating women and actually, you know, wanting to start something with them, you know, like a relationship? Honest question, you know.
I don't know. I hate heartbreak, but something in me tells me that like I'm almost like a masochist for that shit. Where like, you know, like better to have loved the lost than never to have loved at all.
Okay.
Cause like that shit sucks. It does, but like the experience is nice. It's very fulfilling. It's part of the human experience. So I hate it. I get very, very sad. But then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah. Yes.
So I'll probably yeah. The answer is yeah.
All right. Yeah, man. So I was driving back home one day, and it hit me. Like my age set in. You know, I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm just driving, and it like, whoa, oh shit, I'm 25. You know, like what?
Yeah.
So then I look back. No, there's nothing in the back of my car. Like there's no one there. Nothing's there. I look back. I'm like, oh yeah. I could see my son or my daughter sitting there, you know. I could. Hey, what you doing? You know, I could do that. I could do that. And it hit me. Oh shit! But in order to have that, I kind of have. I have to have someone sitting right next to me. I gotta have someone sitting beside me.
Yep.
And you could adopt.
Hell no. Who's gonna help me? Who's gonna help me with this?
No, so that's crazy because there are a lot of women who are starting to choose that kind of lifestyle, right? Like, oh, I'll just adopt a kid. I've got my career. I don't even really need a man because, like, yo, these dildos are dope these days.
Yeah.
So, it is crazy. I would never do it. I would not, like, it's not, well, I've grown up in a single parent home. You know what I mean? For the most part, you know, like parents separated. Dad did financially great. You know, he's never really in my life. So I don't know. I don't think people would want to choose that, but some people are now. You know, particularly women for that instance, just because they probably had to deal with a lot of shitty dudes in their life, and historically that they didn't have that as an option. But really, I don't even think that's fucking a great option.
Yeah,
you know what? I don't think that's an option that like anybody fucking wants.
Yeah, I understand that too. Like nowadays, a lot of women don't even need, because it was okay, the breadwinner, and then you're at home watching the kids.
Yeah.
But nowadays, women are making the same, if not more money. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't really have to deal. If there's no love there, then I don't really have to be here with you. I can, raise my kid myself. If you're not really providing anything other than what, money, like I got that. Then what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense, man.
Yeah, man.
But you need both. You need both sides, bro. If you can, can have them. Then it's best to have both.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Absolutely. I think it's important to have both sides, even in I don't even want to say like traditional, whatever, but like I mean, in outside of heteronormative relationships, right? You know, regular. There you go. I said regular again, but it is what it is, dude. This is how I perceive what regular is for me, but everyone's regular is fucking different at the end of the day. But I think the dynamic is just two people is the most powerful situation to raise a human being. Two opposing ideas, watching two people come together, collaborate, and to make something work. That's the most important aspect of it. The real negative, I think, is just the one person going at it alone.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of it being bad comes from the kid, like seeing other kids, and like, cause when you're in school and stuff, you'll see other parents, and you'll see like, you typically see like the 2-parent model, right? You see the mom and the dad, but then you only have one of those. So like, I wonder how much of that negativity stems from that, with the kids like, I'm missing on something, you know? Because that kid looks really happy to hug his dad or his mom, and I don't have one of those. And so I wonder how much of that stems from that.
I mean, it's kind of hard to say, you know. I think you'll get that from a lot of different angles, you know. Even with today's world, where I feel like some kids will see somebody with like 2 dads, and like, damn, I only got 1 dad. Like, what the fuck?
That's double the dad.
What the hell?
That is something a kid would say. Like,
you know what I mean? He gets dad wherever he envisions his dad. It's just, it's all of that the whole time. Damn, I'm fucking losing out, bro. People always gonna feel like they missing out on something.
That's like the grass is greener. You know, it's always greener.
It's
bro.
always greener.
It's always greener. It's like what you have, man. Be thankful for what you have, because what you have is great.
Yes, sir.
True. Do you guys ever think about the meaning of life? Which is
yeah,
which is a big one.
I used to think about it a lot. I feel like I feel like I got it. You know, at least for me, and I think that's almost the answer as well, right? Like, you got to think about it in the grand terms, like what is existence, what is consciousness, you know? We are, you know, stardust, space, matter, the consciousness of the universe itself, exploring and finding out what it is itself is, you know? So I like, have you ever seen the movie Soul? That Pixar movie? Yeah. So the spark or whatever, you know, and even in the movie I thought it was funny. I was like, oh yeah, the humans always want a word for whatever the fuck that is. Your purpose, your spark, the reason that you feel like we are sentient being connected to something greater. What is it? And the answer is just is that we are the search for it, the never-ending search of finding yourself, finding what it means to be you, and expanding on that. And I don't know, man. It seems like a simpler answer than, because it's such a big question.
It is. I mean, it's
that you expect the answer to be
hard.
just as large as the question, but the answer is pretty simple, I think.
Yeah.
What about you, Renan?
Can I tap your water, bro?
No, I'll give you water.
Oh, so professional. You got water, got snacks.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Purpose,
It's
meaning to life.
it's a big question. I don't even like the question per se.
I feel like
'Cause
it's definitely different for everyone.
Yeah,
right?
different for everyone. So like if you're trying to think of one that's like for everyone, like
No,
all
you're
across the
not
board,
doing this for
that's
everyone.
gonna be
You're what I'm saying
really
is
hard.
it's different for everyone, but you're
Yeah.
not answering this question for everyone. You're answering this question for yourself. So because your input goes together with everyone else's, if that makes sense.
Could you
Right?
could
What's
you
up?
answer? Could you ask the question for everyone, or answer it? Like
No, you can't
Yeah.
because how the question is stated is, what's the meaning of life
yeah,
for you? You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah, because
not everyone's meaning
'Cause
is
yeah,
the same.
yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that because the answer is gonna depend on everything you've experienced in your life.
Do you guys know how like everything, like all the animals, they have some kind of place in the role in the ecosystem that is our
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
bubble of Earth life. You know,
Mhm.
like trees produce oxygen, and then they also consume like the carbon dioxide and whatnot. And
Yeah,
even us talking to trees is pretty good for them.
Yeah.
Whatever. But so scientists have tried to figure it out, and I guess there's typically no definable purpose for a human being on Earth, which is very strange, because almost every other animal on the planet has sort of something where it does that it gives back, and it's into the recycle of it.
Okay.
So I can see that it's a fucked up question, you know, as for us specifically,
Mm-hmm.
because we even need a definable answer, you know, a bit on that front. And science is like, nigga, I don't know.
Yeah, we gotta put
We might be aliens.
we gotta put we gotta put a label or a reason to everything.
Yeah.
But to answer what
yeah.
you just said, I think the answer is hiding in plain sight. So everything has its purpose except for you, except for us, right? So what do? Because you have that conscious, that universal conscious, you give yourself that reason. Like you give yourself that purpose, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And whatever it is that you choose, you just go at it until the end of time, if that makes sense. Like if I want to see the world, you know, greener outside or brighter or whatever the case may be, then I'm going to spend the rest of my days planting on like hella plants and trees and shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's my purpose.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's your universal purpose. You have your own universe. You are a piece of it. Like you add that to the mix, if that makes sense. And as I said before, like everyone's individual mix put together in that pot is what makes it all work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like that a lot. It's what I like to think about humans and our place in it all is it feels, because it can get negative, right? People tell you that. Well, even like I said, scientists will say like if there were no humans on the planet, Mother Nature would just thrive, unbewildered, and she'd be living her best life. But she has a purpose as well. Her purpose is to kind of bear life and sustain life, and be here to just honestly let us exist as well. So I think we might be almost like American culture, you know, the peak of like, how would I put it? We're here for almost the pleasures of the existence, which is almost like that's kind of like we got the good end of the stick of like life, because nature is savage out there, bro. Like, bro, like babies being born and lions eating them shits right out
yeah.
their mama's coochie. The first few existence of life is just deaf. And then mom's got to limp away, maybe, and then get raped just to have another kid. You know what I mean? Like,
So-
yeah, but then we just chilling. Like, you know,
But we have that stick too, though, man.
I like to. Well,
yeah.
wait, no, I won't go in this.
Let
yet,
me
'cause
close it off.
this-
We have that stick
won't go-
too,
'cause
bro. Like there's
it'll change
there's
the
different
topic.
parts of the world where some crazy shit is going down.
Yeah,
Like
hell yeah.
look at
There
the
is,
whole look at the whole North Korea. Look at
North Korea.
even
Yemen.
at the borders of Mexico. Like just
Yemen.
look at what's going around with us.
Yes,
I mean,
yes,
sure, we like to think of everything as because we walk this path in our lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
We like to think that that's it. That's just how everything works. That's how everything is.
Very true. Very true.
But the truth is, just right down the block, there's some crazy shit going down.
Yeah, just like even at Karma, that nice little space of an ecosystem. I think about it. My cousin, he used to live right off of 6th Trunk. We talk about it all the time. Like, while we're there in that bubble of Karma, literally 100 yards away, a body is getting dropped right at the same exact moment, bro. You know,
It's true.
yeah.
I mean, the difference probably is like, it's other humans causing that. Where like in the wild, it'll be like another animal
Yeah, but that's
preying on you.
that's what it is, though.
Yeah.
Like that's just how it is out there. I mean, if we had animals mixed into our society, like what the hell? You just chilling. Anytime we get that, we all get scared and panic. Like you see a snake in your backyard, oh shit, call animal control. You know what I'm saying?
No, nigga, dog. I love how you bring it. In other countries, like in Africa, there are those small villages where lions are intelligent enough to pull children out of their homes, nigga.
Yes.
Lions is like, yo, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten any, but yo, I know they got food up in there.
Dog, they got a
They
small
got that little
thing,
ass
bruh.
little to go bag
They
for
got,
me, bro.
they got a small thing in there, bro.
It's hot tonight, so they got that window open. There's so many cases. I was reading about that in middle school. It's like a real problem. Just children being by lions, bro.
Damn.
I'm laughing. It's fucked up. It is.
That's
But
fucked
you're
up.
so
for real.
right. You're so right. I was talking that bullshit. Yeah, we still out here.
You forget. I mean, if you want to mix it, go ahead. Bro. Go live out there, bro. Go see what it is.
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah, we
Imagine,
could
that. Imagine me
complain.
chilling right now. Is this a window behind here?
No. The window.
The window's over there, bitch. Just a lion's paw, just trying to grab some shit.
That's probably how they feel. They like all the other animals. Like they're just chilling in their forest or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then comes a human. Boop.
Jeff Bezos, the nigga from Jimmy John's.
Bro, all right. You can go to a lion's house and mess it up, right? Cut down a couple
his
trees.
house is huge, right?
Or whatever
Yeah,
they got,
it's
whatever
area.
they got where they live, right? Mess around with it, build a little house or do some shit. They like, what's going on, bro? If you drop a lion in the middle of a
New York City.
of a city, I mean, assuming there's no gun. I mean, it's hard to find a
No,
gun.
it had
unless
to
you're a
be
cop
New
in
York City because then the guns would be limited.
Yeah,
It
that's
depends
what I was
where
thinking.
you drop that
That's what I
fucking
was
lion.
Times Square.
You drop that lion
there's cops
out
in
in
Times
like
Square.
Davie,
Bruh.
Florida. That nigga getting shot, and some people
Immediately.
like, bro, look what I got.
It's, on Facebook.
Oh hell no, dog. It depends, cause like I remember when Trump was first running for office. It was the 2016, was it 2016 election? I think.
Yeah.
And the redneck ads were in flourish. So many redneck ads everywhere, and then the ones from Florida, hilarious, dog. I just remember. I'm never gonna forget it, bro. It's like the most thickest redneck accent, and he's like, "You ever?" The liberals, they want you to see a different world, but I'll show you our world. You ever wrestle a gator out of the water with your bare hands? That's the America I'm talking about. You know, I'm like, God damn, nigga. And it's a Florida nigga wrestling a gator with his bare hands. I'm like, bro, violent.
That's a political ad.
Yeah. And then somehow was an ad to vote Trump. I was like, he did no political stance, no fucking policies. We gonna clean your water. Just like, nigga, like I'm gonna wrestle this gator out the water.
We wrestle gators.
Gators out the water. Bare hands.
500,000 views, 50,000 likes, no dislikes. Yeah, that's the America I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling gators.
That's what I mean, though. You drop that line in that wrong spot with just like, yo, it's gonna feel that pressure.
You'll feel it. You'll lose a couple. You'll lose a couple humans.
Yo, no, it'll take some niggas out with him for sure. Because not everybody has a gun, even in those heavily gun-populated areas.
Yeah, you're not outrunning the line.
You gonna get his wife.
If you get caught slipping, it's a wrap. If you walk in after school, it's sorry. if you walk in home after school, sorry.
Oh man.
Wait, but back to the meaning of life, because this is a hard question that like
a
lot
of people.
No, not for like I'm saying like in generally speaking, because it's like that's why we made our religion and we have like spirituality.
Yeah.
And now in like the U.S. like consumerism is what people use to like kind of fill that void.
Yeah.
And I was kind of there at one point where like you derive meaning from like buying shit or like a brand or something or like, and that's like it's kind of scary because that's like, I don't want to say it's not real, but it's like fake, you know, it's like just material stuff.
It's I don't know. I feel like I used to totally think like that. At least even like in terms of like playing a lot of games, like gamers and stuff. And then the gamer put it to me like this way, you know, he's like, a lot of people, you know, they tell me I'm wasting my time playing these games. I could learn a new trade or a hobby or something that I can provide to help the earth. And he's like, but when I'm doing it, he's finding the way he described it. He's getting the fulfillment that I get when I do comedy or when I produce a show and it goes well. That level of fulfillment is what he's getting from his life. And at the end of the day, it's hard. It's like the same thing with like that meaning of life is so uniquely defined.
Yeah.
And it gets easy to criticize because we have such access to all of the information. So we're like, damn, there's 10,000 niggas playing video games. It's too many. And I already know it's more than that, but I feel like 10,000 is too many.
Yeah.
But again, I get you know, it's weird.
I get it.
People are gonna find their false idol, find their God, and a lot of different things. And religion is probably the OGest. The OGest of the OGest shit in the game. You think of like, how do you
gaming has nothing on it,
bro? Dog.
Stop playing.
Kings and queens, conquerors and shit, they would pause from ripping a nigga's head off and be like, yo, church, because there's a church nigga right next to him every time. Like, hey, is this cool? God's like, I mean, like, go with God, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that is crazy, dog. The level of like how much it has involved in our life. That's why America was built on the premise of a separation between church and state. Because historically, you're like, hey, nothing wrong with it, you know. I have my own faith. But it is a sketchy religion. Is a very sketchy organization. All of them, all religion.
Well, yeah, historically is.
Yeah.
There were some like tribal ones where like they would sacrifice people for it to rain the next day or something, stuff like that.
Can you imagine it not raining the next day after you're like, yo?
Well, we gotta get another one.
we gotta take Tommy out, man. Look. Tommy,
the rain god told me,
listen, bro.
You're the only one with a daughter who's a virgin, bro. I'm sorry, nigga.
we need the rain.
Come on, man. Look, if you don't do it,
God gonna do it anyway.
then who's gonna do it? And the next day comes and
it don't rain.
So John, if you don't do it, then who's gonna do it?
Could you imagine the confidence on the first motherfucker that was like, yeah, we gotta kill this baby and then it's gonna rain tomorrow? How the fuck? He must have been like a meteorologist stuck in time. It was like, yo, it's definitely gonna rain tomorrow. How do I get social status? in this village.
I don't get, no, but I mean, we can't apply like the values today because
I don't understand the confidence. You know what I mean? 'Cause you don't know it's gonna fucking rain, bitch. I barely know. I have all the access to our information. I never know what the weather is like.
I feel like they probably didn't care as much back then as they do now for babies. 'Cause babies would die all the time.
Yeah,
Like death at childbirth was so common.
yeah. That's just because like people were really
They didn't know what they were doing.
crazy with science, which is that's the thing too with like the whole COVID. Yo, trust the science. What the fuck? 100 years ago, that was their attitude too. Trust the science. These niggas know exactly what they do.
That's hilarious. Imagine having the weather app in the 1700s.
Shit.
It'll be lit.
Oh man.
I mean, yeah, you'd either be worshipped or called a witch.
Yeah, you'd be able to kill any baby.
I mean, yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, because you'd be right all the time. He don't miss.
Give him your baby. Give him your baby. You want it to rain or not? Give him your baby.
Oh my god, that shit is crazy. We human beings are crazy.
Yeah, sometimes I think about like, what if we never went on the path of forming like civilizations? Which is like impossible in a way, because I feel like that's inevitable with humans, like building a civilization, because it starts with
it's the only way we are here. So you ever heard of persistence hunting? No, it's fucking dope. So humans, we are dope. We like, even we doing this right now, everything we do is fucking ill and as fuck. There's a reason we at the top of the food chain. We forget because we comfortable now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when we was butt ass naked in the wild, we had to thug that shit out. And so niggas would get together in groups and we would jog like we do now. But we would jog an animal to exhaustion. Sometimes days. Sometimes you would jog a whole herd of creatures and they collapse to death because they're stupid. They're just gonna keep running while we running after them. And then the way our bodies are structured, we're built to go very long.
Yo.
Whereas animals, they're running on all fours. So doing this to your body will eventually kill you if you don't stop.
Oh shit.
We good.
Yeah, that's the two physical things that humans are good at.
Catch you, nigga.
The two physical things that the humans are good at is running long distances and running in the heat.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Then the rest we suck. Like, we're not super strong.
No.
Just running.
Smart enough to think like somebody was like, bro, I mean, like,
if we just
eventually he's gonna have to stop and then I'm gonna hit him with this knife. They didn't think, if I run, he's just gonna die. But that's what just kept happening.
Oh.
Yeah, persistence hunting, persistence running. You could look up that shit up. It's really crazy. It's dope. I think a lot of who's like the best in running right now, like the Kenyans. I don't even know, but niggas in Africa,
Jamaicans. Well, the sprinters, they're good at sprinting.
Not even short distance, long distance.
Or long distance.
The dudes that are built different.
Oh yeah, those
niggas are probably like the thickest persistence running tribe that you could find. I think that's crazy. We would do it to all kinds of animals.
Whoa.
Because we come in a group and then we got we screaming with the swords and fucking wood sharpened and shit. And we saw they saw us kill their cousin last week. So like, yo, let me just get the fuck up out of here.
I wonder I wonder if they ever had any psychological problems like the way we do now, like in terms of depression or. Not just depression, but like anything. Like if they worried about stuff other than like food.
I think we did. And it's so these things that we have in our bodies are even our emotions, those are genetically passed down, like fears.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the people who were anxious they probably had a different role in society in our tribes. The niggas that were anxious. Those are niggas probably up all night walking around. Making sure lions wasn't pulling our children out of homes and shit, bro.
Wow, that's crazy.
Or niggas with depression, like I don't know. I'm depressed, trying to figure out my place in the role in the village.
That's wild, yo.
But there's man, your phobias, your fears, these things had a purpose when we were just out in the wild.
Yeah.
Here, there's no definable purpose
Yeah,
for these things that were passed down that were used to be a necessity. It had a role for some degree.
Mhm.
But now we're built different.
That makes sense, man. Because
By the time our kids come out without the needing all this shit, they're probably gonna need it again. Who knows what life is gonna be like in 100 years?
Snakes. Like I have a fear for snakes for no reason.
No
and then
reason. They killed too many niggas in your bloodline.
Yeah, I thought about like, oh shit, wait, my mom hates snakes.
Yeah.
Oh shit. So she gave that to me. Like she definitely. Yeah, man. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Protect you. I can't imagine where the phobia of clowns and these other things have come from. I can't see what. Maybe like
maybe
clownfish.
movies. Maybe like
Not even
movies.
Clowns were like a major thing. They had their time.
Oh yeah, back in the day.
And
the circus, right? With the circus.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So you can find a normal dude walking down the street. Oh, you cool? You a cool dude? But that same normal dude can go kill like a whole bunch of people. Now imagine a clown, right? That's at your birthday parties, at these parties, during at these events, killing a whole bunch of people, and then that story being passed down through like generations or whatever. Yeah, man, you can have a fear for that. You can have a fear for clowns.
You just threw my logic back at me.
Wait. I have a question from that. What
the fuck, nigga? That sounds smart as fuck. Who told you that?
When did we start having parties? Did y'all think about that? Like birthdays and stuff. Like when did you?
Parties are as old as when we discovered fire,
alcohol.
Alcohol. Bro, niggas have been at barbecue and getting right since back in the day, nigga. Bro, we got this whole ass pig.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Tommy over there, that anxious nigga. Yeah, he figured out how to distill wheat, make it into liquor. I don't know how he did that shit, but so he was tripping. He's not trying to go out there. He'd rather sit at the village and do some shit. Now we good. We live it, bro.
Now we
live it.
I'll figure something out.
Now we party all the time.
Hell yeah. I think it's in our nature to celebrate things like accomplishments and things. I love how that's part of, even in the all cultures have types of rites of passages or things that we want to make life special.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think we've always wanted to do that. We out here living. We survived another day. This shit is crazy, and we don't know why we here.
No, I like that. I like what you just said.
I mean, that's one of the.
That's
reasons.
nice, man. Because I used to think, why? Like, why do I have to, go get these achievements or whatever the case may be? Why do I have to go do all of that? But it makes sense. Mm-hmm. When you do get celebrated, it feels nice. It feels like you actually hit a milestone or you went over, It feels nice, man. And I understand that. I understand why.
I think it's in a way of like our ancestors passing down the knowledge of life that they've gotten. Their answers of like, what is life? What the fuck is this? That's why your religion is super sentimental to people as well. Like, I think religion would have I don't know. I think even now, as opposed to back in the day, religion was probably just so fucked uply involved in like the structure of life and government and politics and stuff. But the idea of it is very good, very pure, very real. Mm-hmm. And it's just crazy how humans could harvest that. And like, all right, nigga, this is faith. That's mine. You gotta come to me. You gotta come to me if you want some faith, bro. You tripping out your mind. You have to pay me 15% every check.
Oh, yes, that was true. Yeah,
every check, and you know what else? I'm not getting taxed. You won't tax me shit, nigga. You gonna build those roads somehow. I don't give a fuck. Bro, it's crazy.
What do you guys tell yourself like on hard days? When especially because you guys are, Flamo makes music and you do comedy. Like on hard days where you kind of want to stop. even if maybe you don't even get those days, but what do you tell yourselves?
I definitely get those days. Because I recently had one of those days. I think the most sincere thing, I was talking to somebody else about it, is when I'm like that and I feel incredibly down, I feel like like no fire in me to just even exist in this life. I also have a lot of things that are going on. I've made sure I put in a lot of work to have just infrastructures in place around me that demand my attention, and that I ask myself the question sincerely is like, is this something that I need to do? Is this something that I have to do? Or is this something that I really just want to do? Is it something that I choose to do? And more often than not, I'm living a life where I do the things that I sincerely want to do. So it makes it incredibly easy once I've broken it down to that point, that I'm not forcing myself to get out of bed. This is what I want to do. So it gets very easy at that point. But it always gets hard. I don't know. Life is like that. It'll come down, bear down on you, and then you got to reevaluate. And I feel like for some people, when they reevaluate, not everybody has infrastructures, things around them in place to help them.
The support system.
Recalibrate. Yeah. Support system, something like that. So yeah, some kind of support system, I think, is, I guess, the broader stroke of it to have around you. Oh, that's me.
Yeah, I get you. For me, at least, I can talk about how, because similar to you, I've had days like that recently too, and so, and it's always me just going through it, feeling it, feeling the rough, feeling the, my boat swaying from side to side, knowing that I can't really control it. Like, I don't have a handle on it, There's never a sense of me wanting to give up, though. It never hits me like, yo, just stop. That never comes. It's just, it's hard, but I'll find a way. Like, we always find a way.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Always find a way.
And I just stick with that. The days pass, and I find my stride again, bro. And I just move with it. And I move passionately with it.
Move with purpose. That's how I like
bro.
to say it. I move with purpose.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You feel it. You feel it when I walk into a room. I feel it when I wake up. That's just how it rolls for me, man.
Hell yeah.
But that question gets back to you, man. Like, what's your...
Something similar to yours, although the aspect I would add to that is I try to, like, journal. Well, I journal every day, but especially, like, on hard days or days where I'm feeling down, I try to journal more and try to, like, figure out why, like, ponder on why, like, what, Sometimes it's just, like, the ups and downs of life, of course, or maybe there's like a reason behind me feeling this way, and I try to get to the why, and then I go from there. Like, if I'm able to find the why, I try to figure out the best way to maneuver in the situation. And if I'm not able to find the why, I just, like, sit with it, and some days are just down and some days are up. Not every day can be like,
yeah.
You can't be high every day.
Yeah. You gotta accept that. You accept the lows with the highs. I like something you said just now, but I cannot put my finger on it.
I don't know. Journaling, why?
There it is. Journaling. Yeah. I do a lot of writing. Right? I do a lot of notes for, like, comedy and social commentary and stuff. But I, like, every once in a while, it's maybe like once, twice a year, where I hit a point where I'm like, damn, I'm really, really feeling down. That, like, I will get out and I'll write about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a powerful tool that I feel like I only use it like every once in a while when I'm like, I really need to get the fuck out what's in here, out in some words, so I could really try to visualize it and read it and understand what's going on in my head. I think that's a dope ass tool.
Yeah, you should
Journaling.
use it more. It might be even good material. Like if you look back on it, you'd be like, oh, I could use this as material if it's something that applies. One thing I wanted to talk about with you, especially since you're a comedian, was cancel culture. Good old cancel culture.
Oh man, what you want to talk about? Joe Rogan, 22 hard R niggers. Right. It sounds bad even when a black guy says it.
Damn, bro. He said that 22
times. You didn't hear about that?
I heard he said it. I don't know. I didn't know the times or anything like that.
So, I forgot her name is Indra. Female black artist.
Yeah, I've heard that. I heard about her.
So this video had already been out, I guess, for a little bit, but she resurfaced it in a very hot time issue for Joe Rogan. So every news outlet is gonna be on top of it. Spread like fire. And it's a clip of him, especially back in the old days. You could see it's different studios where it's like throwback. He looked like the quality is pretty bad too. You can tell it's like crazy is how our quality look good right now. So his shit was back like maybe 2008.
240p.
Hella grainy, looking terrible as fuck, but you know it's Joe Rogan. You know it's his podcast. It's very obviously him. And there's just clips of him just saying it in different instances. 22, and so he's gone on the record and citing it and explaining each instance and how they're in reference to the word, and he's not using it in any negative or derogatory word. And I sincerely believe that he's not racist. I don't think Joe Rogan is racist at all. But god damn, nigga. I had to sit through 22 times and listen to you say the fucking hard R, bro. That shit is rough. And then like it's like I know what they doing. I know it's like a whole smear campaign. I know it's part of the cancel culture and that there's these groups, almost like lobbyists, but like social media lobbyists.
Yeah.
Like, right,
That's pretty much, that's what they...
for a political agenda to push a narrative. Because he's got more viewers than CNN and Fox News combined, which is crazy to really think about. Yeah, because he's basically his own news outlet.
Okay, I get it now. It's starting to get into perspective. I'll add something to that. And
it's just like it's so fucked up that they do this, right? You know, like one, it's a very awkward situation. Like, I mean, he knows now. Like, you just can't even like even reference it. And that's clearly you done said it too many goddamn times that they could pull this out of their asshole to try to bomb your fucking career with.
Yeah.
Thank God. You know what I mean? We're in a point where a lot of people see things differently and see things for how they are. So it's still polarized. I think it's still a pretty polarized issue. For me personally, I don't think he's racist. I it feels like pretty much a smear campaign. But also, like, damn, nigga. I had to sit through you saying nigga 22 fucking times. And then they bringing out other things, too, where, like, he's got this joke. It's pretty bad. He said he went to go watch Planet of the Apes with his homeboy.
Yeah, I
heard about that. Yeah, they dropped him off in, like, a black neighborhood. And he was like, oh, now we in the Planet of the Apes.
Wow. It's like,
I was like...
Yeah. I heard that one too,
like,
man.
Oof. And then like, they're not, you know, but the thing is, and then you see these other videos, they're all very out of context because they're trying to paint a specific narrative that, oh, he's racist and like he hates black people, whatever it is, you know, like, but it's, there's things that black people know very well about non-racist white people that live in a racist society and how they operate and how their minds are built. Never going to fault somebody for just having these thoughts that are obviously a little bit racist, but I know this nigga would never hurt a black person. He'd probably marry a black woman, probably has plenty of black friends, probably goes to the cookout all the fucking time. Somebody who adores the culture, supports the culture physically, financially, spiritually. but they're brought up in a society where these things are just naturally in their mind.
Yeah.
And I would never fault a motherfucker for that. And that's what they want.
And it didn't even start with that, bro. Like, it was about music at first. Oh no, it wasn't. It was about the vaccine.
vaccine.
It was about the vaccine. And then you start pissing those guys off.
That's what.
And
That's what
off
started.
off rip, they'll start throwing other things into the mix.
You should have just
anything.
Shut the fuck up, took your Spotify money, and left COVID out of it, Joe Rogan.
Yep.
What the fuck? And Joe Rogan's like, bro. I've always said what I wanted. I've said nigger 22 times. I've said nigger 22 times. You can tell me I can't talk about COVID? Come on.
But it took the vaccine to bring up all this other shit, which is crazy. It's crazy. All right. But here's what I'll add to the whole cancel culture, man. It's always been a thing. It's always been a thing. It's just different. It's in a different space, right? So before the internet, we would have rallies and people out front. Wait, what do you call it when you're protest? There you go. What the fuck? Tiki torch. we would have protests, man. We would have protests outside these big name branded bill, whatever. Or even for people, if someone really did something horrible, you would protest them.
Yeah, like Occupy Wall Street.
And because you didn't have, and you would still have a following, your following would be, a decent amount. You still see it to this day. You still see protests, and that's a version of cancel culture before it really took that leap and adapted into this space that can catch like wildfire.
Yeah, but see, that one was more of like hey, we need to it didn't have the same power as cancel culture.
It did,
because cancel culture is called cancel culture because nigga, they really canceling. Protest.
They can stop
you could protest this all you want, but you ain't finna cancel fucking. What were they fucking protesting recently? That company Nestle, Nestle in California.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? The niggas that make
they make the water
Oreos, Nabisco. The niggas who make. I had an Oreo the other day, nigga. I forgot what we were protesting. But that's the thing, though. Cancel culture is different. Like cancel culture, bitch. That means we canceling Nabisco. That means no more Oreos.
Because
no more double stuff.
I like to think of it as excommunication. Like back in the day where they used to excommunicate people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you gotta leave.
No, man. It's just different adaptations of the same thing. Like what you want change, or you want something to stop. So now people feel like they have so much power at the palm of their hands.
Some people have enough power to start this shit though. Seriously, like the person, like I know she's a musician. I do not know her name. I wanna see if I could look it up. But like her, for instance, she knows exactly who her audience is. She knows exactly what time it was when she put that video out, and I would like to think, as an intelligent black woman, she has a sincere understanding of what a racist person is and what a racist person is not.
No, but you're right. But at that moment in time, none of that matters. Like none of that shit matters. They're not looking at that. They're not looking at, okay, it was out of context, or nah, man. If it's let's cancel so and so because of so and so, all right, I'm gonna dig up whatever I can to really shitty your name,
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter whether or not he took it, he meant it in a not even uplifting. I was about to say uplifting, what the fuck. And
the content, it's rough for that. Even Trevor Noah had said something that I think was pretty accurate about it. It's like the context of it really doesn't even matter. You're just not supposed to fucking say that word, and it's for this exact reason, bro, because now
they can take it out,
he's like most black people do not have the time to decipher whether or not you are racist or not. I've had the luxury of already knowing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But most people probably don't even know.
Yes.
So like now they're just like, oh, you racist. Get the fuck up out of here. We don't got time for this shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2022. I don't even give a fuck. You're not supposed to say that shit anyway. So I understand that. I fucking do. I really do. I really do. And again, it's easier for me because I already have the grasp of who he is.
It's
I'm
your
not-
point of
yeah.
reference, bro. You already you got it all.
But if
Yeah,
you
because
don't,
they
you know,
just see like a white person saying it. So it's
22 times.
Yeah.
That nigga must be. He talked about Planet of the
and
Apes.
too, like-
that dude's
and,
definitely
like,
racist.
It's like a whole
Two? What the fuck?
and all the information like you get is like he's a like they say he's a right winger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They say he's anti-vax.
Yeah.
They say like it's pretty much saying like he's like a Republican.
Yes,
like, or-
exactly.
And
They're
then
like walks
oh,
like
so
a
he's
chick,
yeah.
talk with
So he's like,
Doug, whatever.
and then he said the N word, and so it's like
They're like, yo,
22
I don't know.
times?
I don't know what you guys think about this, but I mean, like, I'm not gonna say that Joe Rogan is a racist ass right wing motherfucker, but I'm just gonna let the public think what they need to think.
Here's a envelope. You decide.
yeah.
22 times. It's
You
absurd.
decide.
That is an absurd number.
Yeah.
You gave them too much ammo, Joe Rogan. It's too much ammo.
At least 8 in the clip.
A whole ball, a big ass bomb, bro, that they had in their back pocket, just chilling, waiting.
Somebody had that clip. Just chilling in the folder. When Joe fuck up.
They probably have that for everyone. They have that for everyone.
This for Joe when he fuck up.
All the famous people have that.
Yeah, no, the kill switch. They got the kill switch.
Like even for The Rock.
Yo,
You saw what happened to The Rock?
so The Rock is black again. The Rock is a nigga again. Welcome back, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. We missed you, bro. We missed you. When you doing the stank eye in WWE, niggas loved you. I remember that shit. I remember you was a nigga then. Those first couple of movies, you was a nigga. And next thing you know, he's Hawaiian. I don't even know. I think Pacific Islander. I had no idea for the longest. I know it very well. He
Wait,
wrestles heavy.
is he Pacific? Wait, is he mixed or is he?
I think he's like half black, half like Islander.
Because I can't tell.
When shit gets rough, he just
like-
claims the other side. No.
Yeah, no.
Black.
So, but what exactly happened? I haven't totally kept up. I just know that with this whole Joe Rogan shit, he like really was really against Joe Rogan.
Well, at first he stood up
Yeah, first
for
he-
him,
mhm.
and then
And then the other shit came
Yeah.
out, and he's like, "Oh boy," because again, as a black man watching that video was so fucking conflicting, bro. Jesus Christ, I had to sit here and question everything I know about reality, and that's a powerful fucking thing that they had in their pocket, bro. Like, dog, that shit is crazy. We're polarized right now. Don't get this wrong. There are going to be niggas thinking that like I'm a fucking coon for saying this shit, bro. On God.
yeah.
It's a powerful tool. Incredible. Genius. And again, like I said, that nigga is like everyone who said it, like David Goggins, who's not the best person. I don't like everything about him. But that's a real motivated ass nigga. You know, it's the
David
running.
Goggins, yeah.
And basically his point is in the post I saw where he said like, yeah, of course I think that shit is wrong. But all up in the comments, everyone's still asking, well, do you think it's wrong that he said that? I'm like, bitch, he posted it right there, verbatim. Obviously, that shit is very fucking wrong.
Yeah.
But I know that nigga's not racist. And those two things are 100%, they can be in the same place. Like, that's the whole spectrum of existence of people. But motherfuckers don't want to hear that. And then, like Trevor Noah said, like, a lot of people don't have time for that. And I get that, too. Like,
That's what it is. That's what it is,
for
man.
that, bro.
Yeah.
I got my own life. All I heard is, oh, Joe Rogan racist now? Okay.
And
But
sometimes-
would you call that the hype train, though? Would you, like, just
No,
getting on the back of it?
it's the propaganda machine, my guy. Yeah. It's that sinister. That's sinister. They're not exaggerating when, like, you know, they're complaining about it. Because it happens to both sides. We do that to Republicans. We do it to Democrats. We do it to everybody. Everybody at some point. When
your celebrities.
You're not following the current status quo. They're finna snap. They're gonna do something. They're gonna talk you out, chew you out.
Especially when you're on top of the
blackball
game.
you.
Yeah, like, cause I mean, there's a lot of celeb. Like the Baby, you have Dave Chappelle, and then you have like, the list is super long.
Yeah. Kevin Hart lost his Oscars job. That must have sucked. Terrible. For a tweet? How long? How old was the tweet? 8 years? The Dollhouse tweet?
Damn. So
Yeah.
do you think it's gonna change, or it's probably just gonna stay this way?
Cancel culture?
Yeah.
So right now, I'm prepared to operate that isn't going nowhere, and I will move as such until I'm notified that I can say nigger 22 times without getting canceled. I've only said it 4 times on this podcast, so I haven't reached that level of questionable character yet.
Yeah, I don't
I really it's a very ugly word.
It's
an atrocious word. Even
Yeah.
like that's what like I get it. The
don't-
context sometimes don't even fucking matter.
Yeah, I
It's
don't know
so
why a
ridiculous.
white person would want to say that.
Because
Or any person.
it's
Yeah.
as an arbiter of language and words, it's an incredibly fascinating fucking word in our culture, in our society. And he said it like in his clips, like there is legitimately no other word in existence that we have of it like that.
it's because it's emotionally
It's
and
emotional.
energetically charged.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of words like that. So the second you use it, it can shock and stop a whole room.
Mhm.
You know, it's
Yeah.
just one of those words that you should know better than to use.
What do you say when people ask you why they can't say nigga?
So that hasn't happened to me.
It happens to me a
Oh,
lot.
they go to you. So why can't I say?
Yo, I was shocked. I was shocked when, like, dude, a white man came up to me, a good friend. So he comes up to me and he says, and it was in the middle of a conversation. I was actually talking to Goldmine. And so he pulls out his phone. Something happened in the conversation to where he had to show us his contacts. And he had several contacts on his phone that said Sarah, or like such and such,
Like first name and then
first name, that nigga, or blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that
what the fuck?
on a white man's phone, and I'm like, hold on, bro.
What the fuck?
I'm like, hold on, like what? What do you?
What the fuck is going on in there, bro?
Yo, if that's the contact name,
Oh,
then who the
man.
fuck knows? Like, you can go anywhere with that, you know? Contact name,
Yeah.
you gotta have some level of like free, like not give a fuck to have a contact like that.
Yeah, man.
The
Yeah,
phone
like
is on the
imagine
table,
rings.
and that's what I'm saying. Imagine,
Oh, that's my nigga.
bro. You would,
Excuse me, Tom. That's your what? Oh, don't worry. I've got an end card pass for him. For,
That's funny, bro.
Tyrone gave me one last week at the barbecue. Nah,
Oh, you just gotta go.
call mama back.
Yeah, man. But
Mother calling.
that's crazy, bro.
Wait, so what do you say when they ask you?
I get fucking real about it. I'm like, I've heard it described like this before as well. It's the only word where we took it and it went from you motherfucking nigger or get that nigger, you fucking nigger, hang that nigger. Took that fucking vial of a word and changed it from that to nigger to my nigga, my niggas.
Yeah.
And that turnaround is incredible to white people. They can't comprehend it. And you don't fucking understand it. And they want it. Now they we want it back. That was cool. You know, everything cool you do, we're allowed to have.
You can make-
Why
cool,
can't
yeah.
we have this? Like we got hip hop. You know, why can't we have it? It's so cool, man. Like yo, like nigga, chill out.
That's
Yeah, be like-
yo, that's
It's crazy.
that's crazy.
Yeah, man. It's like fire real estate. White people always want something that's dope. You
Right.
gotta be a part of it, right?
Nah, bro. No, but you know what? But it's black culture though.
Yeah.
Like that's the one that they want because it makes so much money, bro. Listen,
Yeah. We're
When
$1
was-
trillion the black dollar $1 trillion, I think.
bro. Like, when was the last time you saw some like a different type of culture get rammed or how do you get preyed on like that? Like by
terms of-
vultures, you feel me? Culture vultures.
Oh, like
When was-
people
yeah,
wanted
when was
to
the last time you
be like
saw-
that?
All that.
It's a global fucking phenomenon. Watching people around the world
Yeah.
aspire to have some bit of a black culture.
Let me say it like this.
Also, I would say black culture
all over
and
TikTok.
Asian culture.
Yeah.
Pretty simpatico despite them being incredibly racist.
No, but let me say this shit. This shit is very
We
important.
love
So
Asian
check this
culture.
out. Asian culture is amazing, especially like Japanese. Come on, stop playing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
everybody wants
playing.
black culture.
Yeah.
But the black people, they want to be everybody else.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Bro, that's wild.
Yeah.
To
I
even
mean,
think about.
what did they say? Everybody wants to be black, but nobody wants to be black at the same time.
Yeah.
Yo,
that was
it
off
makes
of
sense.
that Earth Gang album. Everybody want to be a nigga, but ain't nobody want to be a nigga when it's time to be a nigga.
That's real shit, bro. That is so real. Oh my gosh.
I forgot who said that. That might have been JID.
Yeah, it was the Earth Gang song. Meditate, I think.
Yeah. Meditate, yeah.
Remember that song.
I mean, but I feel like now we're starting to like own up to it and take it and make it what it's supposed to be. You feel me?
Oh, yeah.
Black excellence and shit. So
Hell yeah.
I like where it's going.
Black excellence. It's Black History Month, by the way.
It is Black History.
Ooh,
Fuck
is there claps?
Valentine's Day.
Shout out to Black History Month.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave your reparations right here. Oh man.
That's funny.
So back to the cancel culture. Do you think it affects your comedy or
I think it affects.
the comedy in general?
I think
as
it
a whole?
affects most artists that would have any kind of aspiration to bring their audience to bring their art to like a national audience. So there's like different types of comedians, right? There's comedians that are like club comics, and then there's they call them like cable comics, like comics that have a clean enough act that they can get on the TV and network.
Yeah.
So it's always kind of been something to deal with as a comedian. But it's even more overbearing now because that there used to be a more definable line between like a club comic and a cable comic. In most cases, you don't have access to no fucking cable comic unless like you paying for a show, you're going out there. Most times you're at like a comedy club and you're gonna get club comedy. But cancel culture has brought that cable that standard of what a cable comic should be has sort of been pushed on to the club comic as well. So yeah, it does affect it. Definitely. I try not to care too much, but it's always in my mind. It's like I say it all the time. I really, really don't want to get canceled before I get a chance to get started. That would be fucking terrible. Like I see it happening to motherfuckers all the time. Like no name niggas. Oh, and this guy, fuck that. So he's got like 5 minutes of fame, and it's good. And then like
That's
you
funny.
never hear from this nigga again. I'm like that cannot be me. I do not want that. I don't want that 5 minutes of this racist ass motherfucker. I get like one tour out of it.
Damn.
That'd be terrible. It'd be fucking terrible.
Because it's interesting. Because like I feel like now like you can't make fun of certain like depending on your race or your whatever you it would depend on your race and stuff.
You could
You
do
can't-
whatever the fuck you want. You just gotta you
gotta be funny.
Even if it's funny,
Or
like you're just gonna have to. It's hard for people just to accept the consequences. Some comics they'll take it like, all right, whatever. But you said some wrong shit. Like I was at a show in Boca where the crowd was predominantly black and Jew. Me, I brought a lot of my niggas, and the Jews on the other lineup, they brought all the Jewish people. So it was just black and Jewish people in the crowd. And then one of the comedians he was crippled. He had both his legs gone. So he went on. I think he opened the show. And I was hosting the night. So I hosted. I opened up for 5 minutes, and the crowd was good, warmed up. Went with him. They enjoyed him a lot. He had a good set. He did for about like maybe 4 or 5 minutes. Got off. So he had a nice, clean, good set, whatever it was. And he did jokes about him not having legs, and it was hilarious. Yeah, because in that situation, a lot of comedy is tension. There's a lot of tension that I feel like everybody you see, and he can't even get on stage. So he rolls to the front, pass him the mic, and I don't remember the joke he did, but it was out the gate about him having legs. He won everybody over. It was hilarious, super funny. We were all loving it. A little bit later down the line, one of the main Jewish comics who came, a lot of people were there with him too, came to watch him and support him. And instead of doing material, he's doing crowd work. Mm-hmm. He's doing crowd work on the nigga without legs. And the first joke was good, inappropriate. I do not remember what it was. It was inappropriate as fuck, but it landed, and we were all laughing at it. So it happens. You know what I'm saying? When you laugh at some shit you're not supposed to laugh at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get caught. You're going to get caught. We human. It happens. That's why people get mad at comedians, too. Oh, fuck. So now we all laugh at this terribly inappropriate joke. Even the guy about legs laughing at it, So it was good. But then he kept going. Because the comedian brain, oh, wow, that worked?
Oh, he kept
Let me
going,
just stay here. So they just kept going on the jokes, and it kept progressively getting bad and bad and bad. And
I can imagine it's hard to, think of another joke on the
you
spot when this one is hitting.
Yeah. So he didn't even want to go into his material. He was just talking about this nigga not having legs, bro. And, the first joke... And I even feel bad right now laughing at the first joke because it's all of our faults for enjoying that first one so much that let this nigga believe that he could keep doing it.
But you see, look, check out the boundaries that you're building for yourself and even the environment. Yeah. So now you're thinking, okay, hey, if there's somebody with no legs in the crowd, I can't make no jokes about nobody with no legs. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing the same thing applies for all of the... I guess what would you say? The different types of communities and groups. Yeah. You gotta watch. You gotta watch what jokes you're throwing out, what you're saying. You gotta watch your speech. It's crazy because comedy is all about that tension in the room.
Yeah, but it's also about being able to finally walk that line. Yeah. As a comedian, I know I could hit that joke. You know what I mean? You could hit it, you land it, and now you've won over the crowd. You've already opened up the lane for your material to do wonderful.
He landed on the line, and then he kept
pushing. And every comedian would know, nigga, go into your material now. They're extra warmed up. They really like you. They're ready to laugh at what the fuck you got to give tonight. And instead of doing it, his other crazy comedian brain is trying to deal.
Got you.
I'm a crowd work king. Chill out, nigga.
But yeah, he probably got a little high off the first one. He was like, I can go higher.
Man, but you have not gotten high until you've had a joke really land.
Everybody crying on the seat.
And there's levels to it. I've still not have hit my peak at getting a crowd to really fucking laugh, man. I'm on my way there though. Yeah. Definitely on my way there. But even at the minor level, I feel like I've achieved to get a crowd to enjoy a joke. It's surreal how fucking good that shit is, dog. There's nothing better. Yeah. And that's also what helps you persevere through bombing 100 times. That 101st one, that shit lands. You get everything right. You hit the right proportions of the chemistry mix, and now that's the concoction is perfect. And they take a sip, and that shit is fucking right.
Suave.
Yeah.
I can imagine bombing is.
That's usually why 9.8 out of 10 comedians do not come back to do comedy. Seen a lot of niggas. I've only been doing it for 3 years. I've probably seen 25 comedians come in and leave. Why would I do this? Why would I subject myself to this fucking torture? Because it's a part of the game. It's how you get better. It's getting to the gym. It's working out.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You're not gonna see the results right away. You're not. That bombing is. Yeah. I don't know how to equate it to the gym. Maybe you trying to do a pull up. You're like.
Well, it's painful. Yeah. Well, it's the painful part of it, right?
Yeah.
Because the gym. I mean, the pain in the gym is the physical exercise you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But in comedy, it's the bombing and also like writing material.
Yeah, bombing. You could learn a lot from everything in every aspect of how you do the comedy. You can learn how to read the crowd better. You can learn what parts of your joke aren't good. You can learn reading the crowd and learning that this joke is not for this fucking crowd. So it might not even be that the joke isn't a good one.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're just gonna have to learn how to navigate your material, make more material for the crowd like this, and that's where the crowd work comes into play too. You can make a joke on the spot doing crowd work, and that helps you learn this is the type of shit that this crowd likes. And then you could retain that, use it again, build it into like actual functional joke. So there's a lot of mechanics to it that you have to just fucking do it. You're not gonna get it.
Is it easier now to like when you bomb, or is it still like as rough as?
It sucks every time.
Yeah.
It sucks every time. I think I'm told I've handled it to the same degree, but I think I handle it emotionally a lot better now than I did when I first started. But it's terrible. I'm like I don't react too much on it on stage. I've seen some niggas where the way you react can actually affect the crowd as well. Like if you bomb and then like sometimes just your approach on bombing it can win the crowd back. So just I don't know, there's a lot fucking to it. A lot of microaggressions to it.
In that moment, did you feel anything? Like, because I feel like my head would like start like feeling very hot. Like it was just like my whole face would just be hot. Like if I was bombing, like I guess all the blood would rush to your head or something. I don't know. But yeah, it would just, my ears would start turning hot.
Have you ever felt corny before, bro? You ever felt like out in public, like, oh man, I
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
The only thing I could say to that is like at an intersection once, we were going to a park. The park was at the corner. I tried to kick the ball. I did kick it, but as I was kicking it, I slipped and landed on my ass in like a major intersection.
Yeah.
And that probably felt like how bombing would feel.
Yeah.
I was like,
feel like that.
Damn, I know exactly.
But the positives are you could get up, walk away.
Yeah.
Those cars are driving.
Yeah,
those cars didn't pay to see you.
That is true, yeah.
Cars didn't pay you to see you land it.
That's crazy. Because I can picture that. Oh my gosh.
Oh, God.
That makes sense, man.
You
Like being corny, bro. That shit hurts. So imagine being corny on stage.
And you got to stay up there, really, unless you walk off, right? But usually you have a time.
Some people walk the fuck off. And I have this friend, she'll do that. And she's been doing comedy for like 8 years now. And like, asking questions on like what she can do to get better, this and that. I want to hit more mics. And then like I had to sit her down. I was like, yo, you literally giving the fuck up. Like you have to live in that bomb. Fucking get up there. And if it's not working, it's not fucking working. But you stay up there the whole time and you fucking deal with it. Like, you don't just walk away. You don't feel like bitch, you only there for 5 minutes.
Damn, man.
5 minutes.
Yo, don't take this the wrong way, but I feel like I want to try that one time, bro. Like I just want to get up.
I would never take it the wrong. I always
A comedy set?
Yeah, like
nigga, come tonight. Try it at the open mic tonight.
you putting me on the spot. Slide through. Hey everybody, how's it going?
Lauderdale Brewery every Tuesday.
Oh,
That's the place we went for the trivia.
Oh yeah, I remember that spot.
It's a dope spot. Dope
It
place.
is a dope spot.
They got different food trucks every week, every Tuesday. I don't have the address, but that's Lauderdale,
It's near the airport.
ALE, like the drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, brewery. It's a brewery.
So what advice would you have for people who want to try out comedy? For new people?
Oh, just do it. Just do it. Sincerely, I'm looking at you and I'm saying.
How would they do it? Just go to an open mic?
Follow at Mr.TonyDark, and if you in the Florida area, I'm finna get you right, nigga. What you talking about?
If y'all want to do comedy, hit them up.
Yeah, no, the main important thing is just do it. I got a homie who helps me a lot with the events, and he's been trying to get into comedy. He's like, yo, I'm writing these jokes, this and that. I'm writing books, this and this. I'm reading the books. I'm like, nigga, like, we right here.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just do it. I didn't even know that there were reading material that they're available to learn about doing stand-up comedy. I had no idea. So I wouldn't suggest that shit to people. I talk to their comics about it. Yeah, like that shit is just for the birds, bro. That's so they could like, if I make it big, yeah, I'm gonna sell a whole lot of books. Like, oh, they could like read this book about how to fucking do comedy.
This book how I do it, but I didn't do this though. I just went out there and did it.
Blank pages, and then 3, just fucking do it and don't sue me, Nike. They knew what they were talking about. Just fucking do it, bro. Like it's really, that is the only thing to it. You will learn nothing from. Well, you'll learn some aspects of it, but you're not gonna get what you want. If the idea is that you want to try it, then just go and try it because that's what you want. Yeah. What you want is not to write jokes and have jokes and not practice these jokes or like it. And it's not gonna work like this. I can't do a stand-up material right here, right now, just for the two of you, or even if there's a crowd right now here, unless it was a comedy show, or an open mic, or the atmosphere for it. So you got to go out, you got to find an open mic, and you just got to go for it.
How long are the sets usually for like beginners?
We're blessed in Florida, so once I started doing traveling, I realized the time frames are a little different in everywhere, like in Austin and in New York.
Oh yeah, those are the big comedy cities.
Yeah.
Right?
Those places, more often than not, you have to pay to get on an open mic. Crazy. But that's just the norm out there. Over here, I'm like, that's absurd. Why the fuck? Like, that doesn't. I still don't totally understand it. But I guess things are just so expensive in New York. It's hard to just even operate out of a space and be like, well, I'm bringing you niggas here. And I was like, no, that's not good enough.
Yeah.
So I totally don't know the financial mechanics of why those places you need to pay. But you'll pay and then you'll get like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. You know what I mean?
That's a track.
That's the standard though out there. And then but here, the normal is 5 minutes. You know what I mean? You're getting paid to do shows 10, 12, 15, 20 minutes. This is why comedians here in South Florida, they mature and they grow so much better as comedians to build material, to build their identity as a comedian much more freely here in this space. It's a very expandable space. That's why people from New York and LA and stuff have relocated out here to just do their own thing out here because they can expand unconstricted. Whereas there, you're going to have to fucking play that fucking game. Do all that shit, you know? Yeah. Some people like that. Some people are more built for that as well. But I definitely, as soon as I started traveling a couple years ago, I was like, wow, we really do got it good. I mean, like, we got it fucking good. Come out here, get you 5 minutes, depending on the night, nigga. I might get you 10 minutes, which is, again, oh my God. Was dope. Wait, so 10 minutes to practice material, get good on your shit.
So for a new person, should they write material when they go on? They probably should, right? Because I don't think you want to do crowd work first time.
I would say writing material is probably the biggest. Not the biggest. You don't need to write material, which is crazy. Because there's some comics who are like almost just straight crowd work comics. I know them, and it's pretty goddamn impressive. But they're making material in their head. They're noting.
Yeah, they gotta have the personality.
The crowd work things that are working, and then maybe they even have it written down. But you definitely got to build some material, build some kind of direction on what you want to say. I'm not saying you need to have your whole 5 minute set written out because timing is weird. You don't know how things are going to time out. You don't know how your flow is going to be. But yeah, just I guess have a general idea of what you want to say before you go on stage. You know, unless you're, I mean, like the niggas who don't are good. They're really in their zone. Yeah. They're like, I'll talk about whatever the nigga in the crowd looks like, and I'll make that work. And they do. And it works. But like, nigga, that's not you. You coming to try open a mic for the first time, have an idea of what you want to say, maybe write a few jokes down. But the most important thing, just get on stage.
Yeah, those were the kids who were good at roasting back in high school. The ones who could do that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You gotta be quick. Boom, boom, boom. If you weren't doing comedy, what do you think you'd be doing now? Well, not if you weren't. Like, if you couldn't do comedy, what would you do?
It's actually a really important question in my life right now. what would I be doing if I wasn't doing comedy? I'd probably working full time, doing like maybe like administrative work, something like that. Yeah. Really, it's crazy. An alternate reality. I'm just chilling at a desk right now, vibing. Might have been like lunch breaks. I came back high.
What about you, Renan?
I used to work right by the.
You ever think about that?
Nah.
You don't even think about it. No, it didn't.
If you weren't doing music,
Well, now you have to think, because I wasn't thinking about it before, but now I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's why
There's
I'm
something
like,
else creative. I'd be doing movies. I'd be
okay.
you'd be a YouTuber.
Hell
doing,
yeah.
be doing some other
So
shit.
you know what? I would say I'd probably be doing some writing, because I was already working on a lot of writing. I got a couple short stories. I also did want to do, like, I wanted to make a TV show. I'm still gonna do that shit. Mark my words. A TV show about like growing up and in high school. I had a pretty wildly interesting like life growing up, with the things that happened, the things that happened to me and my friends around me, and like the things that we did. It was incredibly it's fucking TV worthy. The shit is like you can make a whole Euphoria fucking season off of that shit. So that was the first creative thing that I ever wanted to do, and I still plan on doing it. So I guess I'd probably do something in those regards. I'd probably do something with film, television, writing, or production, because it's the catalyst that pushed me to do something that I wanted to do. So I guess if it wasn't comedy, it'd probably be something else, even if it wasn't comedy.
I agree, man. I'm with you there. It's not music, then it's film.
Something creative,
If
basically.
it's not music, then it's film, bro. And if it's not film, then I'm doing some sort of art, drawing shit. Something. Yeah, man.
You guys ever think if fame is worth it?
Huh.
Because I mean, you guys would.
I think fame
As
is
an artist and a comedian.
overrated. Success is incredibly almost like you finding what your purpose is. Success is definable by what you would define it as. And I think, I don't know. I don't think I care about being famous, but I do believe that it is a result of where I would like to go. I don't want it, but I'm not ignorant to the fact that that's probably what will happen if things go incredibly well. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind it. I prefer the success. I prefer being fulfilled, making a nice living off of doing what I love, providing for myself, for my family. So success is the top for me, and if fame comes of it, cool.
What about you, Renan?
Okay, so it was you actually. You said it. You said, "Yo, bro, you know a lot of people." Here's the funny thing about that. It doesn't feel like that for me. It doesn't feel like I know a lot of people. It just feels like relationships that I've built with. So it's a natural feeling, if that makes sense. Like I walk into a building like Roots, for an example, where I know a handful of people who's there regularly, and I start conversations with them. But from that, the outside view, similar to you actually, Tony. Like at Karma, dude, everybody and their mom knows you. So if I've never been to if I've never been to Karma, or if I didn't know you and I walked into that building, I would think, oh shit, he's popular, like he's famous. You know what I'm saying? Because you just know a lot of people. Yeah. And I feel like that's the start. That's the foundation for any type of fame that you like end up, and even success.
I think most celebrities probably do start off liking a lot of people.
You like the personality.
I like to interact with people. I like to talk to a lot of people. I like meeting new people. Very pleasurable.
Dude, they like the personality. That's how it starts. And I'm cool at that level, and maybe even the next stage of it. But once it starts getting too crazy, like Kanye's level of fame, or
that's like mega fame.
or you know what I'm saying? Not a superstar, but I I'd be okay with star level fame, you know, just a star on the bench. I'd be cool with that.
Nigga, you are so right though. I would like to be just one of them other niggas you just randomly at the red carpet. You don't even know who the nigga is.
You don't know who I am,
Like,
but I'm
nigga,
here.
He here. I got a bag. You gotta know.
Yeah.
You gotta know too much about me.
Yeah.
Don't worry about me.
That's a
I'm
good
just
level
here.
of fame.
Exactly.
Because you can still live a normal life.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
There's a lot of regular ass celebrities that niggas don't even know, but like they really there. Yeah, bro.
I think
Hell yeah.
Adam Sandler was like at the basketball park here like a year ago.
But Adam Sandler is mega famous.
Yeah,
it's just because
he
he has that energy, that persona where he probably I can already know what he was dressed like.
He was playing
there.
basketball. too.
You already
insane.
know he's cool.
He's
So,
cool.
for an example, if we talking about rappers, right?
Oh yeah.
For an example, rappers walk around with security 24/7, which screams, "Stay away from me. Don't come to me." Like my presence is,
They be huge too.
you know what I mean? My presence is special, or
the
it's
security
like,
be huge.
Yeah.
so when you see something like that, someone, I'm not saying us, but some people's innate reaction might be to swarm that. Like, yo, I want to see who that is because so much security is blocking who that is. You know what I'm saying? So, but I feel like if you're more natural, if you're just a cool dude everybody knows on a block, no one's swarming you. Everybody's just, oh, hey, Adam, what's good?
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a normal dude. You're a normal.
Way before I ever started comedy, I wish I was a comedian when I saw him. But you know who Gilbert Godfrey is?
Nah.
Have you ever seen Aladdin?
Yes.
So he is he's the voice of the parrot, I believe.
Okay.
Godfrey. Okay, so he's an older dude, older comedian, and I ran into him when I was out in New York visiting my friend. I was visiting Jesse. Not sure if you're familiar with him, but he was staying in New York. I went out there, chilled with him for a few days, and Gilbert Godfrey was just walking around in the street in a backpack, and I was like, yo. He turned. I was like, are you? And he was like, I was like, oh my God, well, can I take it? And he's like, yeah. I was like, for sure. Snapped the picture, and he was on his way, just olo dolo, and no one even really noticed shit. Or people probably see it happen so much in New York that, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, it's whatever.
But you got to put yourself in that position too sometimes, just to actually at least understand what it feels like. You know, at least understand, because you won't know what it feels like unless you're there. But try to understand it. For an example, if I'm that dude and everybody so everyone's listening to my music, you don't know who I am. I put whatever content is in that song in your ears, basically. So you don't know my backstory. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know that I'm regular like you. You don't know that I've been through trials and tribulations like you. All you know is my stardom. Yeah. All you know is how I'm making you feel through waves, through sounds. That's all you know. So when you see me, it's like instant, oh, shoot, you're such and such. That made me feel such and such. So now I need to be in your presence. Now I need a picture from you. Now I want to talk to you. But they're like normal people like me and you. So as soon as I leave that studio, I record that song and I put it out. Now I'm doing the same normal things that you do. Where do you grocery shopping? Oh, I gotta go do that too. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that, man. Once you start to understand the world a little bit more and how it works for them, you'll be more. You know, it'll be a beautiful place.
So what is a good life to you, Tony?
A good life? What's a good life to me?
Yeah, what's living a good life look like to you?
That Drake bar. I think they got a shirt on it like, no stress, more sex. Bad bitch, no ex.
Yeah.
Like mo checks or some shit.
Yeah, you did it. You did it.
Nah, I feel like everybody almost, well, not everybody. I think statistically most men kind of want the same thing, right? I just want a healthy amount of financial security And the rest, I'm pretty good on taking care of. You know, like I'm sure I'm gonna find Mrs. Dark eventually, right? And the rest, you know, kids, family. I would like that, but I'm not in a position where I'm really expecting much. I know what I want, but I'd be happy just fucking achieving the self-sufficiency off of doing comedy and producing events. Mm-hmm. That's what, for me personally, that's what I would consider a happy life.
Yeah.
The rest, I believe, will take care of itself. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to put too many expectations on it either, right? So, for me, I think it's just achieving that. It's an honest goal that I feel is so fucking there for me. So, I don't know. I don't know what it is for other people, but for me, I feel like I have found that fucking thing that is so for me, so my path, that the thing that'll make me the happiest is to just hit that, achieve it to that level of success that I've defined it as. And then I feel like that'll be like that happy life for me. You know, everything else probably would come around it, but that's the sun in that universe of a happy life. If that makes sense.
Everything else will fall in place, and
Yeah,
I fucks with that.
It's dope.
I fucks with that, bro. Well, thank you for coming on. Do you want to shout out your IG, and you also have a Tea Time with Tony, right?
Yeah. Producer, co-host, my guy. See, shout out Tea Time season 2 is gonna be coming soon. We're gonna have rotating guests. I doubt. I'm not saying it's 100% certain. I doubt Kevin Benoit will be back to join us for the second season of Tea Time. But when that comes out, you guys gotta check it out. Nonstop will be producing it. I love you boys a lot. You can find me at Instagram, Mr.TonyDark. You could come out, check our shows out. We got Monday shows at Riverside Market and Plantation, Lauderale Brewery on Tuesdays. We were starting a couple new shows. The first Wednesday of the month, starting next month in March, we're at No Worries Kava. That's off of Sunrise at A1A. Thursdays, we're doing, in Wilton Manors, we're doing a tarot reading show, improv, comedy, and a musical opener. It's at Wilton Manors at Hunters. That's going to be a Thursday show. Friday, bi-monthly at Ginger's Bar and Restaurant. You guys can check that out. Dope spot. The next one is in March 18th. Saturday, fuck we doing on Saturdays? We move out the box. Comedy shows used to be the last Wednesday of the month. We moved those to the first Saturday of the month. The first one will be next month in March. And that's about it. Yeah.
Fire, man.
That's all we got on the plate.
Y'all check him out. He everywhere.
Yeah, we everywhere. I tell you try some comedy, slide it to my DMs.
Yeah. Hit him
We're
up.
going to get you right.
Hit him
bro.
up.
We can get you right.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Deep Thoughts.
If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Our link tree is in the description, and you can check out previous videos on the YouTube channel. If you're watching on Apple Podcasts, leave a rating and a review. Maybe we'll read it on the podcast one of these days.
After you leave that rating and review, be sure to share it with friends, family. You know, Deep Thoughts. Come on, family. Let's get it. Let's grow.
Y'all take care. Peace.